What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Jermall Charlo in the news, bro. It's it's official. His fight is off against Cornflake or whatnot. If you guys don't know who Thomas Cornflake Lamanna is, he is middleweight contender. He's had a fight with Lara. I believe he got stopped in the first round by Lara. I gotta go back and don't quote me on that, but I gotta go back and fact check myself. But anyways, that's his most notable fight, losing to Lara. But he was supposed to be a fight for Jermall Charlo with another comeback, and it looks like this fight is now canceled or whatnot. Rumors speculating that it may be due to mental health issues, and something that listen, I take mental health issues, I take mental health very seriously. I got my bachelor's in psychology, so I understand it, but in some cases I do wonder if they're abusing the issue with mental health, if they're abusing that term, because at some point, man, like truth be told, we all have issues that we go through, right? Every single one of us has our issues that we go through. Now, some of that is self-inflicted on us, but, I don't know what, situations that Jermall Charlo has, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into that after I read the article. So, shout out to BoxingScene.com. It says, Jermall Charlo, Thomas Cornflake Lamanna is off, says Lamanna. It says, a bout between former middleweight title holder Jermall Charlo and Thomas Cornflake Lamanna would no longer happen. Lamanna, who had been rumored to fight Charlo on the Gervonta Davis-Lamont Roach undercard on March 1st at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, announced Sunday through his social media account that the fight is off. Lamanna, who is 33 years old, from Millville, New Jersey, is currently riding an 8-fight win streak. Oh, excuse me, my bad. You know how you got like gas trapped in your chest. But anyways, most recently taking a 3rd round knockout over Juan Carlos Abreu in June. As many of you know, I was scheduled to fight Jermall Charlo on the Tank versus Roach undercard on March 1st on March 1st in Brooklyn. I wish today was going to be my announcement day, Lamanna wrote on Instagram. I have been locked in training for what was going to be one of my biggest fights today against a former unified champion. I don't think Charlo was unified though. But anyways, unfortunately, I was just made aware that he would not be ready and the fight will no longer take place on the date. Charlo, who is 34 years old from Houston, hasn't fought since a unanimous decision of win over Jose Benavidez Jr. in November 2023. Charlo, who has the record of 33-0 with 22 knockouts, who has only fought twice since 2020, was stripped of the WBC belt last January. No reason was given for the fight unraveling, but Lamanna, who has the record of 38-5 with 17 knockouts, who runs Rising Stars Promotion, in addition to fighting, made an allusion to Charlo's mental health and expressed empathy. Whatever he is going through, I actually understand. Lamanna said, life and mental health is real. He is a great fighter. I hope he gets back on track and we can share the ring in the near future. So shout out to him for not even, he has every right to be frustrated, because I would be frustrated, man. We done spent money on training camps and all this type of stuff and got locked in on training just to, short of a month be announced that, I'm not finna fight dude. So shout out to him for, taking the high road and saying like, hey, I hope whatever you're going through, you get through, and then, when you get better, we can share the ring. But let's go ahead and talk about this. Now, getting back to Charlo, here's my issue with what's being said, right? And I don't like to see stuff like this, right? And maybe this is a part of, his mental health. I don't know. But how is it that, like, man, the fights come around and it's like, man, I can't fight. I got mental health issues. I'm going through a lot of stuff or whatnot, right? But then what confuses me is that you'll comment on Caleb Plant's on a video with Caleb Plant speaking about his wife, and you'll go comment, oh, go ask her if she tells the truth, then tell him to ask Jordan Plant about them Charlo nights. Like, you'll sit there and say stuff like that, but then when somebody tries to fight you, it's I got mental health issues going on. Like, I'm not understanding that. And I did a video on that. Y'all just type in But what do I know boxing, Charlo and Caleb Plant, and the video will pop up. I did a video on that, speaking on that. But what is the point of doing all that, man? Like I'm really not understanding the moves from Jermall Charlo, and it's just, man, it's just looking bad for these guys, man. You know, Jermall Charlo hasn't fought since Canelo Alvarez in 2023. Jermall Charlo hasn't fought since Jose Benavidez in 2023. Errol Spence ain't fought since Terrence Crawford in 2023. Like, what is going on, bro? Like, what's really going on? I'm just keeping it 100. I don't even think that that Jermall Charlo can make 160 pounds anymore. So that's pretty much out of the question. I don't see him becoming a world champion at 168 pounds unless of something like, you know, maybe he fights for a vacant title, like maybe Canelo gets rid of the belts and he fights for a vacant title. That's the only way I see him becoming a 3-division champion. But it's like, I don't see, like, I don't know where Jermall Charlo goes from here, because, bro, his career is just not going how it was supposed to. And Jermall Charlo had all the talent in the world. Do you guys remember his fight against Julian J. Rock Williams? Do you? I always have to brag on this, because this was one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen in boxing. And if you are a boxer, you know. But do you remember the first knockdown from Julian Williams, that when Jermall Charlo knocked him down, how he caught how he caught Julian's right hand and then came back and uppercut him with the same right hand he caught the punch with? Like, do you know how much skill you gotta have to do that? Like, Jermall Charlo was that guy. To me, his best performance was against Sergey Derevyanchenko. That was a top fighter that many people thought beat Triple G. Many people thought beat Danny Jacobs. And Jermall Charlo just, you know, did his thing, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on, you know. I don't know if, I don't know what's going on between him and his wife, you know, and I definitely understand how that could be detrimental to somebody's mental health. But it's like, you know, 1 minute they're together, the next minute I'm hearing something different. Like, you know, then they're posting pictures together. I don't it does kind of seem like Jermall Charlo is all over the place, man. And that's not a safe thing. And then you also have to wonder how much of this is self-inflicted. You're, you know, drinking and driving, and just the drinking could be stimulating from having mental health issues, right? But drinking and driving, you're kind of self-inflicted. You're not making anything easier on yourself by doing that. Like, you know, I just saw a picture of him recently, him and his brother Jermall, and I was so happy to see that, man, that he had posted on his story or whatnot. But it's just like, man, like, what more? Like, I don't know, like, where do you see Jermall Charlo going from here? Because it's like, bro, you seriously have not been active at all, and it's like, bro, you're 34 years old, bro. You don't got that much time left in the sport. I mean, you know, granted, yes, he hasn't taken any punishment, but you guys saw him come back. He, like, bro, the dude fought. This is how long, like, Jermall Charlo has been out of the ring, bro. The dude has not fought since the dude just fought. He fought what's his name? Sergey Derevyanchenko. That seems like a long time ago, right? Because it was, right? That was just what, 2 fights ago for Jermall Charlo, because he last fought Jose Benavidez Jr. in November 2023. Before that, he fought Juan Montiel in June 2021, and before that, it was, you know, when was that, 2020? Yeah, before that, it was what's his name? Sergey Derevyanchenko in 2020. So it's like, bro, like that was 5 years ago. That was almost 5 years ago, because that was like October 2020, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, bro, like, what, you know, something has got to give, man. Like, you know, we all have our issues. You know, I'm definitely not dismissing his issues, but, bro, at some point, Jermall Charlo's gonna have to put it together if he wants his career to be back intact. Because I'm telling you right now that inactivity is the biggest killer in boxing. It's the biggest killer. He comes back and doesn't and loses, bro, then everybody is gonna write him off just based off of him being inactive. So it's like, man, they got to get. I don't know if it's Jermall Charlo. I don't know if it's the PBC, because I mean, if you look at the PBC, all of their fighters are inactive. You know what I'm saying? Except for David Benavidez, pretty much. So, you know, it's just, or I'll say majority of their top fighters are inactive. You know, I don't know where Jermall Charlo goes. I would still love to see him versus Caleb Plant. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. What do you think Jermall should do? Should he retire? Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe. But what do I know?